All right, guys, this is Unit 8, Day 2, Operations with Functions. So given f of x equals x squared plus 2 and g of x equals 2x minus 3, find each function. So if you notice here, all of our we have the top 5 problems here. Our functions look a little bit different than what we have down in the bottom for 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the function notation is written differently. You're going to say it differently, but it's going to look the same when you're solving. So you have f of x plus g of x. So all you're doing is adding all of your f of x and g of x together. 2, you're going to subtract. So really what you're looking for is just the sign. So it's this minus this or this plus this up here. So I'm going to highlight all the signs here so you guys can see that. And then 6 down here is the same thing. It's just written a little different. So it says f plus g of x, but we're still doing the same thing, adding f of x and g of x together. So let's kind of get started on these, and you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about as we get going. So 1 says f of x plus g of x. So I'm going to rewrite my equation. So I have x squared plus 2 plus my g of x, which is 2x minus 3. So all I'm doing for this is adding. I'm combining my like terms. So I'll start with my largest. So I have x squared plus 2x, and then I have 2 and negative 3, which combines to negative 1. So that's all I'm doing for number 1. 2 says f of x, which is x squared plus 2 minus g of x. So I'm going to take my whole equation of g of x, 2x minus 3. And we just covered this not too long ago, so we're going to distribute our negative to these two, and then we'll combine our like terms. So this is negative 2x plus 6, and I'm going to bring down what I had from the beginning, x squared plus 2. So I'm just going to combine my like terms and rewrite that. So I have x squared minus 2x plus, let's see here, 6, 7, 8. So let's look at number 3. We're going to subtract here as well. So same thing, except notice that the order is different. So we're going to start with our g of x. So we're going to do 2x minus 3 minus x squared plus 2. So same thing again, we're going to distribute our negative. So it's negative x squared minus 2, and we have 2x minus 3. Oh, this is my mistake. I made a mistake back here. I don't know why I distributed this like it was a 2. It's a 3. So it's a negative times a negative. It's a positive 3. I knew there was something goofy there. So this is now 5. There we go. There's your answer. Okay, so looking at number 3, we're going to do the same thing, combine our like terms. So in order, I have negative x squared plus 2x minus 5. So those first 3 are pretty simple. All you need to remember to do is distribute your negative, and then you're combining like terms. So number 4, we're multiplying. So we have x squared plus 2, which is our f of x, times, so you can put a multiplication sign there if that's going to help you remember, g of x, which is 2x minus 3. So remember for this, you're either going to do the box method or you're going to do FOIL. So I'm going to do the box because that's what we've been doing a lot of. And then I'm just going to put these in here. And multiply here. So once you do that, just go ahead and write it again in order. You want your largest exponent first. 2x to the third minus 3x squared plus 4x minus 6. And that's my final answer right there. So 5 looks a little bit different, but all it is division. So f of x, so we're going to do f divided by g. So let's take our f of x, x squared plus 2 over 2x minus 3. So if you could reduce this down, if you could factor this out, you can reduce down a little bit further, but this is as far as we're going to take this one. So that's your final answer for 5. So like I said, the bottom notation looks a little bit different. You say it a little bit differently, but you're doing the same thing. So we have f plus g of x. So same thing that we did up top. So I'm going to rewrite my equations. So I have x squared plus 10x plus 21 plus my g of x, which is x plus 7. So all I'm doing is combining like terms. So I have x squared plus 11x plus 28. That's my final answer. Same thing with 7. It's h minus f of x, but I'm doing the same thing. H of x, which is 4x minus 5, minus f of x, which is x squared plus 10x plus 21. So again, we're going to distribute our negative to all three of those. So I have negative x squared minus 10x minus 21, 4x minus 5. I'm going to bring that down. So I'll just write that in order. Negative x squared minus 6x minus 26. And there's my final answer. 8's the same thing, g minus h of x. So we'll start with g, which is x plus 7. And I'm going to subtract my h, which is 4x minus 5. So I'll distribute my negative here again. So I'll have x plus 7 minus 4x plus 5. And now I'm going to combine my like terms again. So I now have negative 3x plus 12. So all of those are the same. 9, again, it looks a little bit different. All you're doing is multiplying though. So you're doing f times h. So f of x times h of x. I'm going to do another box problem here. So I'm going to write it out. So I have x squared plus 10x plus 21 times 4x minus 5. So write out my box problem. So I have my x squared, 10x, and 21 in the top, and my 4x and my negative 5 in the bottom. So go ahead and multiply those out. And then we're just going to combine like terms and write this equation out. So we have 4x to the third. I'm going to combine my x squareds. So plus 35x squared. Combine my x's. So that's going to be plus 34x. And that's minus 105. So that is my final answer for 9. And last problem is 10. So 10 is just a division problem. So we're going to do f divided by g. So we'll write that out. So we have x squared plus 10x plus 21 divided by, and our g is x plus 7. So like I said up at the top, if you can factor this out, if you can reduce this a little bit, go ahead and do so. So we're going to see if we can find something that'll help us reduce down. So we're going to look for multiples of 21 that add together to give us 10, both the same signs, both positive. So two of those multiples would be 7 and 3. So that means I can eliminate my x plus 7 and my x plus 7, leaving my final answer to just be x plus 3. And that's it for day 2.